Good. Can you see us now?
No, I can see you.
Okay, that's all right. I had to shift.
There we go. I can.
Screen.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, now it's too low. Now I see their feet. I see your shoes.
Your shoes. Yeah. Shoes.
I see these cute shoes. So, the benefits that I noticed right away, that was the question. So I lost, so that 25 pounds I gained that 1 year, my freshman year, went away on its own without me having to diet. I used to have, like I had really oily skin and I had pimples, you know, and my skin cleared up. My menses was lighter. I know that doesn't apply to you, Riley, but for everyone else, my menses was lighter. Like, you know, I didn't get bad cramps. And my energy level skyrocketed because I literally was lethargic, you know, from the foods that I used to eat. And as soon as I started eating more plant-based foods, just more, you know, not even going all the way, I noticed that I had more energy. I just felt more energetic, more vibrant. So those were, and then also I just felt less foggy. You know what I mean? I had more mental clarity, and that was a big thing that I noticed too. And sometimes you don't know that you feel mentally foggy. You don't know that you're feeling a certain way. It's just your norm until you don't feel that way anymore, right? And so those are some of the immediate things that I experienced, for sure. Mm-hmm. So has anyone started adding a particular food and noticed a particular plant-based food or eating more of it and noticed that kind of change in themselves? Any of those changes?
Oh, Miles has. Anybody else? Maybe. More energy? Okay. Yeah. We've had some folks that have a little bit more energy.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I mean, it's, you know, it's not rocket science. It's basically fiber, right? Fiber is one of the main things that you're adding to your diet in addition to other nutrients. When you eat plant-based, you have, you know, 98, what is it, Marty? 98% of people don't get enough fiber in their diets. So fiber helps to clean out your colon and, you know, helps you eliminate. And that's very, you know, helps your liver detoxify, all of that good stuff. So it's really, and that's another reason why it's good to add more plant-based foods and just start adding, because it kind of helps to, you know, sweep out some of the saturated fat and cholesterol you may be getting an excess of, right? It helps to balance that and clean it out.
I like that question. I know sometimes we don't know what impact some of the foods we eat have on our bodies. From a female aspect, can that help with some issues like menopause and stuff like that? Mm-hmm.
Can you say some female issues like what?
Menopause.
Like menopause?
Oh, menopause, yes. Well, I am actually just now going into premenopause or menopause. I'm not sure. I'm getting hot flashes, and you know, I'm at 52, turning 53 in September. So I am noticing that certain foods, you know, even though I'm 100% plant-based, certain foods make those hot flashes come on. And those are things like that I never, you know, thought about before, but dates, you know, dates are really good for you, really healthy, but I think it's the sugar right? The naturally occurring sugar that's concentrated in dates. It's healthy, but you know, I used to be able to eat 3 or 4 dates and it not be an issue. But now if I eat 1 or 2, I can feel a flush, you know, coming on. And so I think one of the good things about eating this way is that I feel the effects. I'm able to feel the effects immediately, you know. And so I'm able to monitor my body. Like I used to be able to do tomato sauce with no problem. Now it makes me flush, you know. So, and I just feel these things right away. There's nothing kind of clogging up the system or coating my arteries so that I don't feel it, you know. But so I definitely think, you know, but that's, a lot has been written about, Marty, what is that book? Vegan Over 50 is a book. Yeah, you might want to, show them. Vegan Over 50 is actually for women who are going through those changes, and just about plant-based foods and how they can help in that, you know, for premenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. It's an excellent book. And it's at the library, so you may want to check that out.
Yeah, Vegan Over 50. Yeah.
And again, you know, the authors, I have that book, I've read it and recommended it, and the authors also are, you know, promoting more plant-based foods. So you don't have to want to be a vegan to read the book or to benefit from what it's talking about.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have another question. They're just popping up.
No, just from what you were saying, I've noticed that the last 5 or 6 years, a lot of people, entertainers and even famous people have been pushing this cleansing thing. Going through a cleanse for a week or going through a cleanse for 2 weeks. And one of the main reasons they say that is to clean up the colon. It sounds like what you're saying is if you eat plant-based, that's something you don't have to worry about. That
Right. If you eat whole food plant-based, so if you're eating foods that are high in fiber, then it's you know, you should be regular. You know, you should be eliminating regularly, just from the foods that you eat. But you know, there are environmental toxins and stresses, societal stress that we deal with. Institutional stresses that we deal with, racism, sexism, all of those things take its toll on our body physically, emotionally. So there's nothing wrong with taking a break and cleansing. But if you are eating a diet that's high in fiber, whole foods, then you don't have to worry really about being constipated, or you should not.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What is your thought on supposedly vegan foods like Beyond Burger and things like that?
Yeah, it's a good question. So first, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't like the way it tastes.
You've tried it?
I have, yes. And I
Okay.
care for the taste of the Beyond Burger. And the Boca Burger is supposed to be vegetarian.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like the chicken patties and things. And it's not, I don't like it.
Yeah, right. So I think that's a personal, that's a personal choice. Like those are bridge foods, I call them. So some people eat them to help them transition from meat to, from omnivore to vegan. Or they just start eating more of those, during the week. But some people just go straight to whole foods like beans, different kinds of lentils, split peas, chili, soups, stews, wraps, burritos, that kind of thing, without, eating the Impossible Burger or the Beyond Burger or those kinds of things. So those are highly processed foods. They're usually very high in sodium, very high in saturated fat or other types of fat or unhealthy fats. And so they may be healthier, but they're not necessarily healthy, right? Healthier because they don't have animal protein and animal fat and cholesterol, but still high in sodium and saturated fat usually, right? And then also having lots of processed and synthetic ingredients and binders. So if you need to have something that kind of reminds you of meat, then, you know, to help you get over the hump, over the bridge, that may be something you want to eat. But it's definitely not a place to stay. The goal is to cross the bridge, right? And just eat more whole plant-based foods. So that's number one. But there are some brands, and one that I eat is called Sunshine Burger. That's the brand. And they make black bean burgers that are like Southwest burgers, barbecue burgers, different falafels, different types of seasonings. And they use organic whole food ingredients like bean and rice. So they use ingredients that you would already have in your cabinet if you were making the burger. So they're not all created equal, but that is a healthy brand, Sunshine Burger. And I'm not I'm just telling you what I do. Sometimes I just, if I want to have something frozen, and I know y'all talked a little about frozen food. That's one of them that I keep in my freezer. And also, yeah?
The Sunshine Burgers, you can get that from Whole Foods. I think they're in Food Fair. Okay, now I know they're in Whole Foods, and then they saw them in 2 places. They may be in Kroger's, I'm not positive.
Yeah.
They're a national brand. So.
Yeah, and you can look them up online. But yeah, you don't have to eat those things. I mean, those things are really, like I said, just for people to mimic the taste. Yeah, but they're not necessarily healthy.
So the Sunshine Burgers would be considered a whole food plant-based.
Yes.
Burgers would not be considered whole food plant-based. I mean, they're plant-based, but they're not whole food plant-based.
It is whole food because of the ingredients. The ingredients are black beans, brown rice, vegetables, different types of actual vegetables, mushrooms, onions, garlic, and spices. So those would be considered a whole food. It's just frozen. It's just mashed.
I was asking about the Beyond Meat.
Oh, no, definitely not. Mm-mm.
And the
Not
Beyond
a whole food.
as we saw in here, they were just so high in fat that one of the other issues is saturated fat.
Yeah, it's usually high in fat, salt, high in fat, sodium, or sugar, just like, other types of processed foods. So it's a good question because just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's healthy. Oreo cookies and Coca-Cola, right? Vegan. Potato chips, vegan.
Oreo cookies?
Huh?
Oreo cookies?
What'd you say, Marty?
Are you dissing my Oreo cookies?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Wait, that's a food group.
I definitely am. But that's not to say, I don't like French fry. I don't like a good French fry. I'm just saying, I recognize that it's not it's not a whole food. Yeah. I mean, it's not prepared in a healthy way, deep fried.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Except if you go to the Pennsylvania State Fair and you can get deep fried Oreo cookies. So.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
I know, scary, very scary.
Deep fried Twinkies, probably, all of that. Ooh, goodness.
Okay, so you have another question?
Yeah. Your thoughts on using jackfruit? I see mimicking meat.
Can you say your question again, just a little louder?
The question is, what about using jackfruit? For different types of traditionally meat products like sliders,
right,
crab cakes, stuff like that.
So using jackfruit, I would if you're not gonna get like the jackfruit itself and you make it, you season it yourself, right? You can do that. You can just get the jackfruit itself and then you make, you prepare it as an ingredient. But if you're gonna buy it already like as pulled pork or as barbecue, same issue. You wanna look at the sodium content and you wanna look at the fat content. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be unhealthy. It is a fruit. I mean, it is it's fine. And it's healthier if you take it as an ingredient and then spice it up yourself.
We have one more question.
Okay.
Everybody good?
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, they'll be at the next family. We actually had someone ask her what her family worked in Camden. They're like, oh, I think we're related. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Yeah, I do. And I'll put it in this email this week. So thank you, Tracye, for your time.
Thank you so much. It was great meeting y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And we will see you in another half an hour or something.
Okay, sounds good. Bye-bye.
So, oh, good. I'm glad because I didn't want, oops, let me do this.